Okay, we are starting 3-2, and you should have watched on calculushelp.com on Chapter 2, videos 3 and 4, which deal with the product rule and the quotient rule. So here we're going to be looking at the product rule, and the way I like to remember, I kind of do this piece first. I don't know why things aren't writing now, but I take the derivative of the first, leave the second alone, then plus, now leave the first alone and take the derivative of the second. Because we're doing addition, order doesn't matter. So this is the way I like it written. You can look at that. Here it is written out at just doing f times s prime plus s times f prime. Either way, know the formula. Okay, the quotient rule you learned looks like this big, ugly, scary thing. And I kind of taught the kids a little song. It's not really a song, it's just clapping motion. And we think of the quotient rule as low over high. Reverse that. High over low. The top is the high, the bottom is the low. It's been a long day. So to take the derivative of that, we say low d high. So I'm going to take the derivative of the top minus high d low. Now I can take the derivative of the bottom all over low squared. So the way they remember it, they just start singing low d high minus high d low all over low squared. So now you practice that. Say it, get a rhythm. Low d high minus high d low all over low squared. So whoever has the d in front, that's who you take the derivative of. So now let's look at these examples they have here. Most of you are saying, well, why do I have to do the product rule right here? Can't I just FOIL in and take the derivative of each individual term? Yes, that is true. But for this case, until we learn trig functions, this is the only way we can really practice the quotient rule. So here we go. We take the derivative of the first term, which is 6x. Leave the second alone. Now we go plus, leave the first alone, times it by the derivative of the second, which is 2. So yeah, keep in mind, I'm trying to get you to label correctly, so therefore I should as well. So now you need to clean things up. You need to FOIL in. So we have 12x squared minus 18x plus 6x squared minus 4. Now add like terms, and we get 18x squared plus 18x minus 4. And there is the derivative. So yes, you could have FOILed in at the very beginning and then took the derivative of each individual term. But like I said, right now, practice the rule. Example number 2. So I can see that this is a fraction. So therefore, I'm going to have to use the quotient rule. So we need to do our low d high. I wish my colors were working right now. And I have no, there we go. Okay, so here we go, low. So that means I leave it. I'm going to write y prime equals 2 minus 3x. D high, take the derivative of that top, which is 4x minus 4, minus high, now leave your top, d low, take the derivative of the bottom, that's 0, that's negative 3, all over, and that's normally what students forget, is to do their all over low squared. Okay, so yeah, you're going to do some algebra. You're going to distribute in. Watch that negative. I would first bring that negative 3 up front to make it positive, then FOIL in and combine like terms. You can finish that because that is just algebra. You never need to FOIL out that bottom, just leave it as that squared. So once again, I want you to finish the problem just by multiplying those, multiplying that, the positive 3 into there, and combining like terms. And there you have the quotient rule. Okay, this last example gets students quite a bit. They look at it and they're like, it's a fraction. I have to do the quotient rule. Well, think, do you have an x up top? There isn't. Negative 9/5 is just a number, so we could apply the power rule, which means I just take x to the top. So I can rewrite it as y equals negative 9 times x to the negative 2 over 5. Now we're just back to the easy power rule. Bring the negative in front, so we get y prime equals 18/5. Subtract x to the negative 3. There's the derivative. You could do the quotient rule if you would like on there by doing your low d high minus high d low over low squared, but it's a lot more work, but you could. So that is a possibility. The next thing, it talks about how to take the derivative using a calculator. And we will show you, well, I'll show you real fast with this example right here. So I'll try to remember what that says. So we go to, out of this, and go to math, and scroll down. And, oh, there it is, number 8. So, and deriv. So I hit number 8. And you can see it's kind of set up in that form. If you have an older one, I'll have to show you. I can't remember if this book did the old notation. Okay, the notes on your worksheet, they show the old notation. This is the newer notation. So it says we're going to take the derivative with respect to x. Now what was that function? X, I think, to the power 3. And make sure we come down. I'll find it. Yep. Plus 3 raised to the x. Oh, I lost my plus. And then it said evaluate it. So that's what we're going to come over here and do. Is they're like, okay, what do you want to plug in for x? We want to plug in the number 2 and enter. So there we have it. The derivative of that function at 2 is 21.887, or you could round to 0.888. So that's all there is to the product rule and quotient rule.